What's your name, sir?
Winfrey.
Winfrey. Okay, nice to meet you, Winfrey. He's out here in front of Planned Parenthood protesting abortion. Okay, I understand that. So now my question is, you said, what we were just talking about previously, we both agree that we don't want too many abortions and all that. Well, you don't want any. I think it should be available, but I don't really believe in necessarily aborting my children or our children or anything like that. But my question for you is, you said you don't have a personal opinion. This is the biblical opinion, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So now I am I do study the Bible a little bit, as far as, I study all religious texts, documents, Quran, the Bible, the Torah, whatever it may be, right? So my question is, in the Bible, it also says when at war with when they were at war with various tribes, it also said he told David to kill all of them and spare not one.
Right.
And he said the children, the cat, he said spare not one.
Right.
So technically, in the Bible, it is okay to kill children at times.
Right. Well, what he was doing in the Bible, he was stamping out evil, so you have to pull it up from the roots. So when all the children and all the ones that was in idolatry, and then that stamped that out. See, you have to stamp it out from the root.
And I agree, and that's why I say. Now, I'm not saying just kill any child or anything like that, but what I would say is that it is necessary at times. It is necessary at times.
Well, if you don't believe the scripture all the way, if you ain't sold out all the way, yeah, that makes sense to the carnal mind. But to the spiritual mind, see, it's nothing impossible with God, see.
I'm not against religion at all. I think religion has a good place if used correctly, because the best parts of religion talk about morality, and we wouldn't need this if people were actually following. This is I'm from Los Angeles, but this is a southern state, right? And this is a very biblical, a Christian, a religious state. Like probably, I don't know what percentage, but probably maybe 70-80% of this region is Christian or Catholic or right. some form of some form. So if people were really living by these religious values, we wouldn't even need Planned Parenthood. We wouldn't. Right. You wouldn't be out here if people was doing if people were living what they preach. You wouldn't be out here.
That's true. But now one thing about it, remember that I was once them. See. I was once.
There's nothing wrong. You doing something. You know what I mean? Like I respect you. I respect you. Now I don't agree necessarily with you, but I respect you because you out here doing something. You know what I'm saying? You have an opinion, and you out here fighting to excuse my language. You out here fighting to get your opinion heard. So that's why I wanted to.
No. Just remember, it's not my opinion. That's his opinion.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's still you following God. You know what I mean? And you following God. And what your heart telling you to follow, your heart telling you to follow God, and and you feel like, when I feel like you delivering the message that you feel came from God. So that's why I say I respect you for doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that I feel like abortion is because the society we live in today. That's why we have so many problems, because we have a lot of kids that people don't want, and whether they would have got an abortion or not, is a lot of these fools out here is because they did not getting raised because the parents don't want them. They just, sometimes it's a woman who wanted to be with a man who didn't want to be with her. Sometimes it's all type of different reasons.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So at least we aware that you just don't feel like abortion is the answer. I think it would be better to abort that child than to bring this child into the world and then unleash him on, unleash some child that nobody wanted, and now that child got a lot of aggression and anger, and he out here robbing and killing because his mama didn't want him and the daddy didn't want him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now look at this. One of the evangelists, James Robinson, his mother was raped, and she didn't abort him.
But she wanted that baby. She wanted that baby. You see what I mean? Even though she was raped, she wanted that baby.
Well, she wanted to abort it, but circumstances caused her not. She had went there to do it, and something happened and she didn't do it, and now he's got to one of the largest ministries in the United States. What I'm saying, God can use anybody.
True. Okay, now that I definitely agree with you on right there. That I agree with you on right there. So I'm not gonna disagree with you there. Where you never know how any child could be, but I say in general, you know what I mean. I'm talking, because we talking about generally for the larger population. Like that's a good example, and we always know there's exceptions to the rule. You know what I mean? It's like all police not bad, right?
Right.
But it's some police that'll pull up on a person for no reason and shoot them right now, right?
Yeah, that'll happen.
So that's all I say. Like I understand that but in general, I don't feel like. In general, I feel like it needs to be an available option because most of the children that aren't really wanted by the parents end up. Look at the prison system. Look at the, you know what I mean. Like that's why.
Okay, well let me ask you a question. Are you saved?
I believe in God.
Wait a minute.
Have I been baptized? I was baptized when I was younger, but I didn't. I believe in God. I'll say that.
Okay,
but I can't follow.
See, Satan, he believes.
Well, I can't follow Christianity because let's talk about how Christianity was introduced.
Well, we can't.
I can't follow Christianity with a conscious mind because how was Christianity introduced to a black man?
Okay, how was it what?
How was Christianity introduced to a black man, to an African American man? Through slavery. So my question,
some it come through slavery and some did not. So
now, it's religious texts that came before, way before America. Like some of those religious texts, like all those Dead Scrolls, and this is some of the stuff that end up being the Old Testament. It's old. It's old. This stuff is older than America. This stuff is older than slavery. But how did the actual religion of Christianity become introduced to a black man?
Well,
because if you go to Africa, what do we believe in? Islam.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't believe the Bible,
I know I believe a lot in a lot of those stories in the Bible.
You have to believe it or you not believe it.
Here's my bus. All right, nice to meet you, sir. What was that name one more time?
Winfrey.
Winfrey. Joseph. Nice to meet you. Very biblical name too, Joseph.